Hello, everyone, and welcome. Thank you for joining us today. We're really excited to have you all join us and share with you how to best engage with ICFP virtually. So we're going to go ahead and get started. I'll first introduce myself and ask my colleagues to do so as well. So my name is Anastasia Prone. I'm a program officer at the Gates Institute, and I am the lead for logistics and sponsorship on the ICFP Secretariat. I'll pass it over to Matt.
Hi, everyone. My name is Matt Matassa, and I'm co-chair for the communications committee. And also I'm doing a lot of the virtual and live stage stuff that we'll talk about in a little bit. Over to Chris.
Hi, everyone. My name is Jean-Christophe Rusatira. I'm a PhD student and I'm support staff for the ICFP conference.
Jordan.
Sure, thank you. Hello, everyone. My name is Jordan Freeman, and I am one of the co-chairs for the youth subcommittee for ICFP. I will pass it to Stella.
Hello, my name is Stella Babalola. I'm a professor at the School of Public Health, and I'm a co-chair for the scientific subcommittee.
Great.
Thank you.
Emily.
Hi, I'm Emily Sanchez. I'm a master's student at the Johns Hopkins Bloomberg School of Public Health, and I'm helping out with the scientific subcommittee.
Thank you.
Hi there, my name is Darby Major. I am a program specialist at Gates Institute, and I am working on all things plenary stage.
Thanks, Darby. Fauzia?
Hi, everyone. My name is Fazia Khan. I'm also a master's student at the Department of Population, Family, and Reproductive Health at the School of Public Health, and I'm also helping with the scientific subcommittee.
Wonderful. Carolina?
Hi, everyone. My name is Carolina Cardona. I'm an assistant scientist in the Department of Population, Family, and Reproductive Health at Johns Hopkins, and I'm also a member of the scientific subcommittee for ICFP and a co-chair for the demographic dividend subcommittee.
Great. And then Molly?
My name is Molly Meisner.
Are you ready?
Hi, everyone. My name is Molly Meisner. I'm on the communications team at ICFP and also working on the live stage.
Wonderful. So for today's webinar, we're going to take you through all things virtual and hybrid. So we'll start off with a general overview of the conference and then dedicate some time to the scientific program, followed by the live stage. And then, of course, very important, the engagement overview. And then we'll end with some time for questions. But we'd love to know where people are joining us. So if you don't mind sharing the chat where you're joining us from, we would greatly appreciate it. Great. So for this year's ICFP, which will be held in person in Pattaya City, Thailand, we have several co-hosts that have joined us, the Ministry of Public Health, the Royal Thai College of Obstetricians and Gynecologists, and the Population and Community Development Foundation. We also could not have made this year's conference possible without the tremendous support of our co-organizing group and our sponsors this year. So just wanted to give a moment to recognize all of the organizations that have made this year's conference possible. So if you haven't already, we would definitely recommend going to the ICFP website and reviewing our schedule. So this is our schedule of events. We kick off Saturday and Sunday, so November 12th and 13th with pre-conferences and site visits. And then we get started for our day one on Monday, November 14th with additional pre-conferences and site visits. And then in the afternoon, opening ceremony and welcome reception. Following day one, day 2, 3, and 4 will feature a number of sessions, poster sessions, the live stage, side events, as well as our special events. This year, we're bringing back the red carpet celebration and excited to also feature performances by the Moth. So definitely a lot going on. So we would encourage you to take a look at the schedule, both on our website as well as the online program on Drifta. And the link was shared in the chat. So as I mentioned, we will kick off this year's conference as usual with our opening ceremony on Monday afternoon, and really excited to just feature different representatives from the different communities and organizations and sectors that will be present at this year's conference. So starting on Tuesday, we have a morning plenary focused on family planning and UHC, specifically this year's theme, Innovate, Collaborate, and Accelerate. And as I already mentioned, similar to past conferences, we are once again bringing back the ICFP Red Carpet Celebration. Really excited for our co-hosts, and also a number of musical performances, and as usual, presenting the Lifetime Achievement Award to several honorees. Then on Wednesday, November 16th, the morning plenary is specifically committed to progress, building a stronger family planning movement grounded in rights. And we also are excited to feature a Women of Impact panel once again. We have some great panelists that we're really excited to be joining us in person, as well as our moderator. And all of these special events and these plenary sessions will be featured through a live stream available on the ICFP website and open and accessible to all. And our special evening event for Wednesday, November 16th, is a performance by the Moth. So we'll have several storytellers present for that performance through the support of the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. And then that brings us to Thursday, our final day, and we will start the day with a morning plenary focused on youth. Specifically youth leaders making bold moves, young people innovating, collaborating, and accelerating. And then we'll end the conference Thursday afternoon with our closing ceremony, which will highlight key moments across the conference, recognizing achievements of various participants and organizations, and hopefully leaving everyone inspired both on-site and virtually. So at this point, I'm going to pass it over to my colleague, Jordan, to talk a little bit about the youth presence and engagement, both in person and online.
Great, thank you, Anastasia. So as Anastasia has mentioned, there are a lot of elements that are happening around youth throughout ICFP, and I will take you through a quick overview of what is happening around the conference, starting with the Youth Pre-Conference, which will be held November 12th through the 13th. This is an in-person event because the expectation of engagement and movement and a lot of interaction. So this will be an in-person event. But we do have many things that are virtual throughout the conference, including the mentorship activities. So we opened the ICFP mentorship activity. It has since closed, but if you are interested in being a mentor, please let me know. We are matching both in-person attendees as well as virtual attendees. So if you are a virtual attendee and want to be a match to another virtual attendee, we are happy to do so. You can send an email to youth@theicfp.org, and we can get you set up and matched. In addition, as Anastasia mentioned, we have the youth plenary that's happening on November 17th, and we are very excited for it because we will be launching an SRHR Global Roadmap of Action. So for the past about year, a group of youth-led organizations have been developing this global roadmap for action, and they will launch it on the stage of the youth plenary. So we invite you to join us and to join in that movement and hearing youth voices in that space. In addition, we will have some FP and youth anchors that will be featured on the live stage, which I think Matt and Christina will go through a bit later. But I think that's the overview of youth. If there are any questions, feel free to drop them in the chat and I'll answer them there. Or the Q&A.
So much, Jordan. Wonderful. Well, we will move it right along and I'll pass it over to Stella to take us through the scientific overview for this year's conference.
Thank you. So this year we have over 600 posters and about 200, more than 200 scientific sessions. Half of these will be live streamed and with French interpretation. So the scientific program, of course, is live now. And, you can go there and search so that you know which sessions might be of interest to you. But there are three types of sessions. There is the standard oral sessions, which is about 80 minutes with 3 to 5 presentations, usually 4. And this could be individual abstracts put together into a session, or they could be performed. And on each of these sessions, we have a moderator. The moderator serves as a timekeeper, does not discuss the papers. And then we have oral flash, which are, with 7 or 8 presentations. Each presentation is 4 minutes. So each presenter will present their findings for 4 minutes. And then, after that, after our presenters are finished, then each presenter will stand next to their poster and attendees will circulate. Then, of course, we have poster sessions. There are approximately 100 posters per session, and each poster session will last about 120 minutes. And during the presentation, during that session, poster judges will be circulating to evaluate, to assess each poster, and to score them. So, with a view to receiving a prize at the end of ICFP this year. So, like I said, the scientific program is live. You can explore it at the link provided, ICFP2022.org/SCR-program. So there you can search by track, you can search by speaker, by language, and also if you click more filters, you could search by. Next slide, please. You could search by, for example, the format. If you want to know, which ones are live streamed, which ones are in French, you could say that will allow you to search by that keyword, and you could search by room, by track, by session type, or even by moderator name. Okay. So yes, like I said, you can also search for live stream library, but once you click more filters, it will give you all these options for you to be able to search. Okay. So there will be session translation. For some of these, like I said, about half of them will be live streamed and translated. So we are actually reaching out to French speakers, not leaving them behind. Some of these sessions will be translated. Okay. So you can pick your session, beforehand to engage in question and answer. So by going through the program and then looking at the sessions that you're interested in, you could actually start asking questions, putting questions in the provided space for that session, even though you are virtual. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Stella. If there are any questions for the scientific team, please do share them in the chat or send them through the Q&A. But I will pass it over to Matt to lead us through the live stage.
Thanks, Anastasia. So this ICFP, we have something called the live stage. It's going to be our free community programming that takes place in the exhibition hall. And one of the good things or cool things we're going to have, we have 3 different types of programming. We have our FPNN programming, which is new, a new kind of series that we're doing that will be launching at the conference. And this is going to be more of a news kind of oriented programming that we'll be having in the mornings and in the evenings. And I'll tell you a little bit about that when we look at the schedule. But you can kind of see this. We'll have a morning show that'll kind of give you the whole overview of ICFP, what's happening during the day, the big things that happened the day before. We'll be having a lot of different shows in the evening. We have something called prime time that, is a time that is during 7 to 9 Pattaya time. And that's when most people in the world will be able to watch it live. So we're putting a lot of great content and programming that time, so you'll be able to see that live. And just so you know, all of this is free and available to everyone. You can get there by going to ICFP2022.org/ICFP live. And here's a little bit of the schedule that we'll be using for the live stage. It goes a little bit in line with the scientific sessions. All of the plenaries will start off the day. These will all be available on the ICFP Live website, and there's no charge for that. So whether or not you have a virtual pass to the scientific sessions, you definitely will be able to see the plenaries at no charge. And so, like I said, that'll all be available from the ICFP Live website. And so you can kind of see here the different days. All of this stuff is free and accessible on the site. We'll be having the plenaries. Then we have some opening news segments that are FPNN segments. And then during the day, we have about 28 to 30 different sessions that are community produced. So they're produced by the community. There was a proposal process that happened, and we picked, about 20, we had about 150. So there's a lot of great interest. And so we're able to, feature some of those on the live stage. And so we're excited to present those. Also during that time, we'll be P2030 commitment conversations that will be taking place. And so those will be happening in the day from 2:30 to 5:45 p.m. Pattaya time. Then after that, there'll be the red carpet and the moth. On each day, Tuesday and Wednesday, we have those 2 in the afternoon from 5:45 to 7. And then in the evening at 7, we start our ICFP prime time, which I was telling you about. And we have some great shows hosted. One of them is the Pulse with Dr. T. We have a wrap that conversations with all types of different folks, our musicians and influencers and journalists. So it'll be a really cool 2 hours of some, special programming. And like I said, here's going to be the session. This is where you'll be able to watch all of the sessions. This is an FPNN segment. This is going to be our morning show called ICFP Today. But all of this will be available from the ICFP Live site. We'll be launching these in the next few days so everyone can find it. Additionally, there'll be an on-demand schedule. So once the sessions are over, they'll immediately be available on their session pages to replay and watch and share. So you'll be sending, we'll talk a little bit about more information on how to get all of those and where to sign up, but all of that will be available right after. And once again, all of this from the live stage will be free and accessible to everyone. Sorry about that. And next we have the ICFP 2022 engagement overview. I'll quickly go through that. There's a few cool ways to keep engaged and keep informed. One of them is the news alerts. And so, the media center, sorry. The media center is a place that you can find on the website. Under news, you can be taken to the media center, and this has everything, whether you media or not. There's some great information in there. This is where media can register. This is where you can find our brand book. You can learn more about a program we're calling the Social Core, which I'll talk about in a little bit more in a second. Excuse me. And then you can find our blogs, press releases, media requests, everything that's kind of related to the media is in the media center. We also have all the news and announcements that you can keep up to date on, and that is, again, in the Media Center, kind of at the bottom, that you can find that as well. And then we're also excited to announce that we have some global FP ambassadors that we will be premiering in the next couple of days as well. So make sure to follow our hashtags, FP for all and ICFP2022, to make sure you get all the information on that. Here are just a few more. And then finally, also, another way that you can get involved as a virtual attendant is to join the FP Social Core. This is a way for you to get information and join other people in the community on getting information out about family planning and reproductive health. If you sign up for the Social Core, we'll send you key alerts for social and for different ways to engage as they come up. So during the conference, if you want to be more engaged and share more of the content on social, sign up for the FP Social Core and join, and we'll give you alerts throughout the week to be able to share that, but also, after the conference to stay engaged. And you can find that right on the ICFP website as well. And then once you get that, then you'll also get we'll send you this so you can, post that on your social page as well. And then finally, just to join, we would love for everyone to go to the core, and that's where you can sign up and get more information as well. One other area that you can get more information is signing up for the newsletters. There's also archives, so you can find out what's been happening on, in the past. This is a really good source of information as well. And then finally, staying up to date with all of the ICFP community. We're in all the social media platforms, and this you can find this on the website in the footers of the website. And then there's the actual addresses. And we'll be sending this out as well, so you can have these in your email. And I think that comes in for me. So
Thank you so much, Matt. Thank you to everyone that took some time to walk everyone through. So I do see we have some questions. So would like to get those questions answered. So it looks like we have a question on oral presentations. So this is to the scientific team. Do people who are going to give an oral presentation have to make a poster? I understand from the presentation guidelines that each oral presentation lasts for 13 minutes. So I will pass it over to someone from the scientific team to respond.
Yes, I can take that. No, if it's a flash, it's only flash oral that is accompanied by a poster. If your abstract has been accepted for oral presentation, that is all you do, 15 minutes for your oral presentation. But if it's flash, then you have 4 minutes to present your key findings, and then you will go and stand beside your poster, the accompanying poster, for people to walk through the posters. I hope that answers that question.
Thank you very much, Stella. We have another question. Do we have to upload the presentations for preformed panels? I did not find the indication for this on the website. Someone from the scientific team? Or Darby? I don't know if that's a Darby question.
So I can take that, Anastasia. So all preformed panels, if they were accepted as preformed panels, they become oral sessions. So if a whole preformed panel was accepted as a panel, it was made an oral session, which technically then means that to be able to have your presentation in your respective room, you have to upload respective presentations for each abstract within that preformed panel. So you would have, if you go on our website, and I see Molly also has already shared the presenter guideline in the chat room, you can follow those instructions to be able to upload your presentations.
Thank you, Matt. Chris, sorry. Great. So I don't see any other questions. I do want to take some time just coming off of Chris's comment. So there have been several links that have been shared in the chat. All of these links, or more specifically, these pages can be found on the ICFP website. So again, I would definitely recommend, if you haven't already, take some time to go through the website. You'll find information on the online program, as well as the media center, as well as how to access the mobile app that we have. And I see we have a few more questions coming in. So I will, and they look like specific to the scientific team. So the next one is, how can I send my poster? I'm participating in the virtual conference, but I have a poster presentation. How can I send my poster and how will the presentation be done? Carolina?
So Anastasia, I just wrote a response to that. Also for posters, you would be able to upload your poster online by signing in your abstract submission portal. If you check maybe a couple of weeks ago and it was not there, we've updated the system, but I think it's been there for longer than that. Just confirming when you probably last checked. Yeah.
Okay, sounds good. And then it looks like another question we have is, should the moderator be reaching out to presenters to upload presentations? And if so, by what date should presentations be uploaded?
I can answer that. The presentations are supposed to be uploaded today, November 7th. But then, of course, if somebody is present at the conference, they can take it to the speaker ready room and it can be uploaded. But yes, we advise that moderators should reach out to the people on their panel. If you have not heard from your moderator, please send an email to, I believe it's abstracts@icfp.org. And then, they'll be able to link you up with your moderator. First of all, confirm that, yes, your moderator is going to be there, and then link you up with that person. But it is important for moderators to meet with their panelists, the presenters on their panel before ICFP.
Yes.
And just one thing to add, Stella, is that we've also sent an email to all moderators with the list of the speakers that are in part of their session so that they can reach out to the speakers and coordinate their session, basically. And just one more thing to add is that if you are unable to upload your presentation by November 7th, and you want to use the speaker ready room, you can only use it up to 48 hours before the day of your presentation.
Great. Thank you so much. So I see another question about sessions being translated. So we are offering French translation or French simultaneous interpretation remotely for approximately 50% of our sessions, conference sessions, as well as for the programming on the plenary hall stage, as well as the ICFP live stage. So there definitely will be lots of sessions available in French, which we're really excited to be able to do this year. So Stella earlier on did review how to search by certain fields. And so one of the fields you're able to search on the online program is by language. So if you are looking for sessions that will be available in French, or through French interpretation, you do have the ability to search those specific sessions. All right, so another question we have is for those that are joining virtually and from different time zones. For the sessions that are being live streamed, how long will the recordings be available on the platform afterwards so we can catch up and watch? So I can definitely, the sessions that are live streamed will be available on demand throughout the week. So if you're not able to watch in real time or even later that day, that's not going to pose an issue. We'll have access to the content definitely the week of and following. So you'll have plenty of time to watch the sessions. So I don't see any other questions. So if there are no other questions, we've come to the end of the webinar. Just checking with my colleagues, anything you want to share, any last reminders for those that will be joining us virtually this year? Oh, and a question came in, of course. Can people who have not registered participate virtually? So virtual registration is still available and will be available up through the first day of the conference, which is Monday, November 14th. So you definitely still have time, exactly 1 week from today, to register for the conference. So I would strongly recommend that you do that sooner rather than later. And as Matt shared, the content from the live stage as well as the plenary stage will be accessible to all and will be available through the ICFP website. So if you do want access to the conference sessions through Drifta, which is our main platform, you will need to purchase virtual registration, which is still available for the next week. I cannot find the link to upload my poster on the Drifta. So as Stella shared, if you have any questions related to poster presentations or uploading presentations, please email abstracts@theicfp.org. We'll share that email address in the chat. So if you have any issues, please don't hesitate to reach out to us and we will do our best to provide support. Now, if you are joining us on site, we will be able to provide support at the speaker support counter. But otherwise, don't hesitate to reach out through the email account. And you can find all of the links that have been shared on the ICFP website. There are different pages that we're sharing. And then in terms of this webinar, we absolutely will be posting the recording similar to how we did last week. So that will be made available to anyone. So there's a question about certificates to those who present abstracts. Does someone from the scientific team would like to answer that question?
I don't think we will, but there is an email that was sent to you accepting your abstract, if that would be enough. I don't think we've talked about certificates yet.
Yeah, I can add on that. Previously, the way we've done it, we send an email at the end. The email that comes with the evaluation and people can download their certificates. I think since people seem to, I think there've been some participants who have reached out about that. So we definitely will look into that and we can send that email because definitely it's probably may be useful for some people working in different areas or who have to literally prove that they were part of the conference. So yeah, we'll be sending that email in addition to the evaluation, but more details to come. Yeah.
Thank you. Wonderful. Well, again, don't hesitate to contact us through email. We'll have the recording of this webinar available on the ICFP website. And the website in general is just a great resource. I can't reiterate that enough. And we're really excited to have you all join us virtually next week. Thank you for taking some time to join us today and hope you found this helpful.